remember telling her at Waterloo Station, I said, baby, your breath stinks. And that was one of the most amazing things that ever happened in our relationship.
Not everything needs to be shared online. Some things need to stay between husband and wife.
I remember saying to my wife, I love women. I love women. She looked at me like, what do you mean? I said, babe, I'm attracted to women. Now, of course, you are my woman. But I would be very naive to tell myself, oh, because I'm married, cheating is below. No, it's not.
Cheating is never acceptable. It should never be tolerated or excused. A vow is a vow till death do us part. Hey loves. So this week I was just minding my business, casually scrolling through Instagram when I stumbled upon a particular video. Let me tell you, the moment I watched it, my jaw literally dropped. I was in absolute shock at what I was hearing, and my immediate thought was, why would you even say that? Why would you even put it out there for the whole internet to see? And most importantly, why would you embarrass your spouse like that? Take a look.
I remember telling her at Waterloo Station, I said, baby, your breath stinks. And that was one of the most amazing things that ever happened in our relationship that became a marriage. Because she was offended. She was very offended. And I said, listen, as your husband to be, if I can't tell you your breath stinks, then who can?
Facts.
Who can? And for those who know the marriage that myself and my wife have, there is no barrier. Things wouldn't matter. I need her to know everything. There's no barrier. There's no secrets. Here, take it. Have everything. But yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Guys, honestly, after watching this, I was so convinced that this was just wrong and it just wasn't right. It didn't sit well with me. So I checked the comment section, and of course, the comment section confirmed the way I was feeling. People were not here for it. I mean, I even saved the video down to show my husband just to get his take on it from a guy's perspective. I went about my business and I really didn't think it was something that I was going to look deep into. However, when I went into TikTok, I saw more videos from this particular guy. And then I thought to myself, I need to dig deep into this whole thing. I mean, who comes online to broadcast and tell the whole internet that your wife has bad breath? That's a private conversation. The internet doesn't need to know that about your wife. To me, that just felt like the height of disrespect. So just to give you some context, the man in that video is called Ben Mundeke. The clip you've just seen is actually from a podcast he did with 3 other men. The actual podcast is about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and the main focus of the podcast is about Christian men, marriage, and being a husband. Now, let me be clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with telling your spouse if something is off, whether it's body odor, bad breath, or anything else. In actual fact, they should be the one to tell you, but it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. That kind of conversation needs to come from a place of love, delivered gently, in private, at the right time, in the right environment. Because let's be honest, nobody enjoys hearing something like that. But when it's from your spouse, that's okay. Where it crossing the line is when you take that private, intimate conversation and make it public. And not just public, but blasting it on the internet for thousands of people to see. That to me was the height of disrespect. Because how do you now want people to perceive your wife? He justified it by saying that there are no barriers in his marriage. And yes, whilst in a healthy marriage, you should be able to discuss things freely with each other. There actually should be a barrier between your marriage and the outside world. Not everything needs to be shared online. Some things need to stay between husband and wife. And honestly, he could have made this point in so many other ways. He could have said a friend experienced this, or used himself as an example without dragging his wife into it. But instead, within the first 8 to 9 minutes of this podcast, remember this podcast is 1 hour and 30 minutes. This guy has already opened his mouth and put it out there. No filter, no control, and for what? There was no real reason. This for me really highlights the dangers of oversharing in this social media age, when people feel the need to turn even the most private aspects of marriage into content. Now, here's where it gets more interesting. Ben went as far as saying that him telling his wife that her breath stinks was the most amazing thing that's happened in their relationship, which then led into their marriage. From my research, this situation that he's talking about that happened at Waterloo Station happened 8 years ago. And to me, I interpreted that statement that he told her she worked on it, she improved herself, her breath stopped smelling, and that's that. Simple. End of story. Remember, this is 8 years ago. And he said that was the most amazing thing that happened to their relationship. Now tell me why I stumbled on another video that he posted on the 5th of December 2024. 2024, where he's bringing up his wife's breath again, publicly. Mind you, this podcast was filmed on the 21st of August 2025. So now I'm thinking, if this was the most amazing thing that happened to your relationship, why are you still having the same conversation 8 years down the line? It doesn't make sense. Clearly, it wasn't resolved and her breath still smells. So it couldn't have been the best thing that happened to your relationship. Clearly, this isn't about a one-time moment of honesty. Instead, it looks like a pattern of dragging something so personal about your wife into the public space over and over again.
We listen and we don't judge. Sometimes when I say that I'm going to go to bed early, I'll come to bed, and then when you're coming into the room, I'll pretend that I'm sleeping because I don't want you to disturb me. Or ask me for any X-rated activities.
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge.
Do you remember that time in Waterloo Station when I told you that your breath stinks?
Yeah.
Nothing has changed since then.
Hold on.
Now,
okay.
We listen and we don't judge.
I can't believe you said that. Does my breath stink right now?
Bruised. Let me see. Yeah, it does. I think this is enough for a part one. This is a part one.
Okay, I'm done. I can't with you.
You know what? I've seen so many couples play this game, we listen and we don't judge. But even in this game, I feel like there are certain things that you don't say. In this case, you can literally see the shock on his wife's face. I was shocked. Remember, he told her about her bad breath 8 years ago and he's still telling her that on camera, that nothing's changed. And even when she asks him again, so does my breath still smells? And he responds, yes, it does. All this on camera. Like, why does that have to be on the internet? And what blows my mind is that these videos do not just happen in the moment. It's not like live. You record them, you edit them, you re-watch it. Then there's the uploading. There are so many moments where you could stop and think, does it really make sense for me to upload this? Do I want to portray my wife like this to the world? But yet they still chose to upload it. Now, she might have been laughing in the moment, but honestly, you could tell she was embarrassed. Like, who wouldn't be? Because here's the truth. In marriage, you're supposed to protect your spouse. Protecting them means you do not humiliate them, you do not disrespect them, and you don't put them in situations that lower how others see them. Because now when people see his wife, what's the first thing they will think? They'll be thinking to themselves, that's that woman with bad breath. That image is out there forever and you can't take it back. And here's the part that really frustrates me. If her breath is truly an issue, why not work on it together? Buy her a tongue scraper, book a dentist appointment, give her a good mouthwash. Figure it out together as a couple. Because if you can smell it as a husband, other people can too. And rather than letting the world define her by it, why not help her change that perception by action? Honestly, I don't think people with bad breath actually realize it. They can't smell it themselves. That's why they rely on those closest to them, those who love them, to tell them in the kindest way. Yes, it might sting in the moment, but deep down they'll be grateful. But blasting it online, turning it into content, that's not love, that's not marriage, that's just cruel. And as if that wasn't enough, this same podcast didn't stop there. Oh no, he goes on to drop another bombshell. Honestly, when I heard this part, I just had to pause and shake my head. Take a look.
I remember saying to my wife, I love women. I love women. She looked at me like, what do you mean? I said, babe, I'm attracted to women. Now, of course, you are my woman. But I would be very naive to tell myself, oh, because I'm married, cheating is below. No, it's not. This is why you're seeing big men of God falling, because they've almost became naive. I remember I heard someone say there are certain men of God who reach a certain level that they can no longer cheat. I said, what do you mean by that? It's that kind of naivety that has people lost. And I said that's obviously the initial statement I said to my wife was shocking, but then I explained it. She was like, oh no, I understand. So we have some blunt, honest, transparent conversations you wouldn't believe. My wife knows everything. I don't care. I don't care. Because if I was to lose her, I wouldn't care. My life things wouldn't matter. I need her to know everything. There's no barrier. There's no secrets. Here, take it. Have everything. But yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Okay, guys, let's just break that down. So he's just said that he told his wife that, babe, I love women. I'm attracted to women. Excuse me? You're a married man. See, when you take that marriage covenant, you are making a vow to forsake all other women and to build life with one woman.
Amen. Jamais na ko linga mutu asala ba ser na mabe. Voilà. Yango na ibike isaza mwana ya bato. Jamais na osalo ko. Amen. 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 Ngana linga koloba mingi te. Na linga ko laksa. Amen.
I commit to help you fulfill God's call on your life.
I commit to fulfill you with God's.
I'll say it again. I commit to help you fulfill God's call on your life.
I commit to fulfill you with God's.
Okay. Then breathe. It's okay.
From that moment, your eyes are meant to be focused on your wife alone. You don't get to claim, oh, I love women, I'm attracted to women, as if you're still available to the world. Then if that's your mindset, you're not living as a husband. You're living as a man for all women. And then it gets worse. He goes on to say that I'll be naive to say that cheating was below me because it's not. I had to pause because who says that in marriage? Remember, this is what he was telling his wife. Because what that sounds like is a soft pass. Almost telling your wife that, hey, cheating could happen. Prepare your mind. That's not love. That's not covenant. And what troubled me the most was that the other men on the podcast were just nodding along, almost normalizing it. And they were all talking as if men are just naturally prone to cheat and that the struggle is daily. But let me say this clearly, that's a lie, a big lie. There are good men out there, Christian or not, who have decided in their hearts that cheating is not a good option. Because cheating is first a matter of the mind. When you commit in marriage, you are saying, I am yours, you are mine, I will not look elsewhere. Cheating destroys trust, it takes away your peace, it destroys homes. And when children are involved, it destroys the very unit of love and safety that they depend on. And for Christian men, since the podcast centered around Christian men, there's an even deeper reason, and that's the fear of God. The Bible makes it clear adultery is sin. In Genesis 39 verse 9, when Potiphar's wife tried to seduce Joseph, Joseph's response was, how then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God? Notice that he didn't say sin against Potiphar, my master. His priority was God. A true God-fearing man does not even entertain cheating because he knows that it offends God first, before anyone else. So for Ben to sit on this platform whilst calling himself a Christian man and saying these things, it's not just bizarre, but it's dangerous. Because words like that, they plant seeds of doubt. They cheapen the marriage vows and they normalize behavior that God has called us to rise above. Now let's talk about his wife's response when he said all this about him loving women and the fact that he's not below cheating.
And I said that obviously the initial statement I said to my wife was shocking, but then I explained it and she was like, oh no, I understand.
Her reply is, oh no, I understand. And I started thinking, understand what? There is nothing to understand about that statement because it's total and utter nonsense. Before this podcast, I knew nothing about both couple, Ben and his wife. However, whilst looking into this story, I found out that her name is Nissi and she's a social media personality. Hearing her response to what her husband said, it honestly told me a lot about her mindset. To me, it sounded like a woman who doesn't fully understand her worth. Because how do you say, okay, I understand, when your husband is telling you, I love other women, I'm attracted to other women, cheating is not below me? How do you understand that? A man who truly loves you wouldn't even put those words out of his mouth. He wouldn't even entertain those thoughts. Because you will be sufficient for him. You will be his number one priority. The way I see it is that she comes across as someone who's just happy to be married, happy to be picked, someone who simply finds identity in saying, I have a husband. You know, you might have those friends who they can't finish a sentence without my husband, this, my husband, my husband, my husband. I feel like she's that type of person. The type who, even if he cheated, might still stay. Just for the sake of saying, I'm a married woman.
Okay, so this question is for all of the married folks, okay? Do you hate it or is it just me when somebody calls your spouse or your husband, your wife, in my case, my husband, your boyfriend? So today I went to go and get some food. Now there's this restaurant that myself and Ben always go to. And basically they used to have like an outside kitchen and now they've moved indoors and they've basically expanded, got a really, really big space. And I go there, I'm like to the guy, congratulations, the owner, because obviously I see him. And I'm like, oh my gosh, congratulations. Obviously, I always used to see outside. Congratulations, you've expanded, yada, yada, yada. He comes back now saying, oh yeah, I always see you and your boyfriend. I said, I said, you mean my husband? And then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see the ring. And I had to like reel it back a little bit because I was like, oh wait, am I doing too much? I was like, oh, I'm just joking. But no, inside I was not joking. Correct yourself. That is not my boyfriend. That is my husband. Was I doing too much? Nah, babe. Yeah.
Hello?
I can't even shout because Kim's sleeping.
Yeah, wait, I'm home now. I'm with the wife. Yeah, I'll call you back later. Yeah, bye.
Wait, hold up. The most handsomest, the sexiest, the most gorgeous. He's one and only Ben Mundeke. He is the guy. He is the man. He looks good. He looks sexy. He looks clean. He looks fresh. He looks sexy. He looks fine. He look fire. My man. He look good. Now, babe. No. But wait, who are you? Wait. But babe, you're one of one. No
My
one can
name is Facieto Benedict Mundeke, the first.
Nyatango. Come on now. Allez, young one. Beaucoup de force. My gorgeous handsome.
Demettre.
Lobanan.
Bakiloko tukotangate. Tosa la régie.
La.
Merci.
Fimbuna
chicote.
Hey.
Check ça.
Nice.
Don't you dare.
Okay, why are you crying today?
Oh my God.
Go on.
Because I'm pregnant.
Okay, yeah, but why are you crying? Tell people why you're crying.
You're embarrassing.
Tell people why you're crying now.
Do you know why I'm crying?
Hey, don't wipe your eye. I said don't wipe your eye. Cry. Put that thingy down. Why are you crying? Go on.
Because we
Tell
were.
the people today what. Hey.
I'm gonna wipe my tears.
Yeah, wait. Tell them why you're crying.
Okay, so today I'm crying. It's always because of my husband. Oh, guys, I pray you guys find love like this. I pray you guys...
Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
No, because you know what? Yeah.
You're crying.
We were reading...
Why are you crying?
We were reading, obviously, the pastor in Congo. What's his name again? Marcelo, I think.
Pastor Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Tunasi, I think.
Huh?
Marcelo Tunasi, Pastor.
Anyway, there's a pastor in Congo, and he just lost his wife. His wife passed away, and you could tell that they were the best of friends.
Yeah, they're very close.
Very, very close. You could just see from like the pictures and the way he was talking about her, and even from the comments that people were saying, you could tell that they actually were friends. And he was explaining how he felt, how he feels losing his best friend. And obviously, you guys know, I don't like thinking about them kind of things. I told Ben already that we have to be together forever. And when we pass away, we've got to pass away together, because I can't imagine being on this earth without you behind the camera. And then I start crying because...
So I can't stay alive and enjoy my life?
No.
I have to die?
And you can never ever have anybody outside of me, no?
I can't?
No. If you guys dare, let me tell you right now, in fact, let me make it clear right now.
Do you want me to live alone and be miserable?
I will haunt you guys. I will come in the spirit and I will come and find you guys. Yeah, just know that if anyone, what kind of demonic spirit tried to come up with me? Get away! Get out! Out! One winch tried to come for me. Anyway, if anything was to happen to me, God forbid, just know my husband is off limits. If you guys try, no, he will not be happy with somebody else. No, Nissi would not have wanted him to have moved on. I will come and I will haunt you guys. I will, in the spirit, and I will haunt you guys every night.
How would you come in the spirit? Show us. Dude.
I'm not even joking.
You stop crying now.
I'm still crying now.
And let's be real, men like Ben, they know who they can pull this nonsense with. He knows she won't push back. He knows he can test the waters. Say things like this and she will still understand. And that gives him confidence that if it ever did happen, she will forgive and let it slide. But here's the truth. If you truly know your worth as a woman, if you truly know what you bring to the marriage, there's no way you will understand this kind of talk. Because the moment your husband says those words, it's not just disrespectful. It's revealing where his heart really is. The Bible says in Luke 6:45 that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Meaning that a person's words reveals their true inner thoughts, feelings and character. Ben seems to be obsessed with the subject of cheating. On the 8th of August, 2025, he posted a video asking his viewers, men who do not cheat, what is your secret? And honestly, I found this so odd because he goes on to say that not cheating is a skill, it's a craft. It's not by chance, it's not by luck, but it's a craft. Take a look.
Yo people, this video, big shout out to Kev on stage. He shared this, so I want to do my own version. And the question asked was, men who don't cheat, what is your secret? Now I actually believe it's a what's the word? It's a skill, it's a craft, because there are so many distractions in the world. So it's a skill, it's a craft. It's not just by luck or just by chance. Anyway, one of my secrets and what I want everyone to do is men. I'm asking men. Write in the comments you know what your secrets are. One of my secrets is 9 times out of 10, whatever I'm doing with my wife. If I'm traveling with my wife. If I'm going on holiday, I'm going with my wife. If I'm going to the store, I'm going with my wife. If I'm going to the cinema, I'm going with my wife. Now, it actually helps men, husbands, if you actually like your wife. Let's start there. I should have said that first. Make sure you actually like your wife, bro. Anyway, get the gist. Whatever I'm doing with my wife. Peace and love.
So in his words, the way he avoids cheating is by having his wife everywhere with him. If he's traveling, he takes his wife. On holiday, he takes his wife. To the cinema, he takes his wife. In the podcast, he mentioned to a party, he takes his wife. And he mentions that if he starts feeling distracted, his wife will step in like a shield to cover him. Now, let's be real here. You cannot outsource your discipline to your wife. You cannot always use her as a shield, because what happens when she's not there? She can't be with you at work, on errands, or in every conversation. And honestly, that puts an unfair burden on her and it breeds insecurity. This to me sounds less like a strength and more about someone battling with lust. Instead of working on his own discipline, he's leaning on his wife to act as a human barrier. In fact, during the podcast, one of the men brought up King Solomon, the wisest man in the Bible, and he said that if King Solomon could fall for women and have 700 wives and 300 concubines, who is he not to fall? And I just thought, really? That's your reasoning? Solomon may have been wise, but what he lacked was discipline. And that's the difference. Wisdom without discipline will still ruin you. In marriage, you need both. Wisdom to build your home and discipline to resist temptation. That's called self-control. And since we're talking about a self-professed Christian man, Ben, let's go to the Bible and let's see what the Bible has to say about love. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 to 8. It says, love is kind. It does not dishonor others. That means love doesn't tear down, ridicule, or expose.
When Nissi's day is going just a little too well.
Are you stupid? What is wrong with you? My AirPods
I'm so sorry.
I had my AirPods in. If I did this to
I'm so
you,
sorry.
you would be so angry. Go away.
so
You're
sorry.
driving. Go away.
I'm so
Go
sorry.
away. Open the car.
I'm so sorry.
Go away.
I'm so
Go
sorry.
away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Because if I did this to you, you would be so upset. You'd probably stop talking to me and have a fit. Bloody baby. Move! Open the door.
Revenge is sweet.
So when you speak badly about your wife in public, that's not kindness, that's not honor, that's dishonor. The Bible also says love always protects. Your wife should feel safe and covered with you. Exposing her weakness online doesn't protect her. It exposes her. Love shields, it doesn't shame. It goes on to say love always trusts. Trust means your wife can be rest assured that you're not even entertaining cheating in your mind, let alone acting on it. Because the moment you plant those seeds in conversation, I love women, I'm attracted to women, I'm not below cheating, you're breaking down the very foundation of trust. And here's the reality. When trust is broken through cheating, the consequences are devastating. And it really takes the grace of God for that trust to be built. The scripture also says, love always perseveres, love never fails. And I love that because I know people will say, but Taiwo, marriage is very hard. People go through challenges, storm comes. Absolutely, but the Bible is clear, marriage will face storm. But love perseveres, love weathers the storm. It doesn't quit, it doesn't fail. As a married woman myself, I know storms will blow against your home, but the Bible says that one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. Together you persevere. Together you overcome. Together you are stronger. And because love perseveres and never fails, it means there is no room for cheating. It should not be entertained. It should not be tolerated. It should not be normalized, and it definitely should not be understood. True love, godly love, leaves no space for betrayal. Anyways, guys, as you can imagine, this video went viral and social media did not hold back. People dragged him left, right and center for this awful behavior. So of course he came back with a response video, and not just him, but his wife also had something to say. Let's take a look at the husband's response.
Whilst the internet's making sermons about Nissi being embarrassed, she's here spending my money buying makeup. Make sure you're happy in the real life. In real life.
So, babe, come. So, listen, guys, I know it's not Louis. It should be probably Prada or whatever.
Okay.
But, you know,
Yeah.
after I've embarrassed you today, is this good enough for you? Is it?
It's okay.
It's okay.
You're slowly starting to make up for it.
But to be fair, actually, no, wait, let me ask them a question. Sorry.
Okay.
XV123. Is this okay? Is that good enough?
Yeah, you've got to make sure that you satisfy them.
Yeah, I care more about what social media has to say rather than my wife.
It's
you know
okay.
what I mean?
It's alright. But all I'm gonna say is that this is only a little bit. You need to buy me more.
I need to buy more because of the embarrassment.
Yeah, absolutely. You embarrass me. Actually.
So this is the person who has been embarrassed, is distressed. What do they say? Kangamu Dema.
Good. My skin looks.
Babe, you're beautiful.
Sorry.
Honestly, the first thing that irritated me about that video is when it says she's here spending my money on makeup. And immediately I'm like, wait, how is it your money? In marriage, what's yours is mine and what's mine is yours. Spending a little on makeup is not a big deal. It really isn't. It's inexpensive, it's trivial, and he frames it as if he's doing a big deal. Then he says it in a very sarcastic way. I don't care what people on social media think. Dude, you do. You do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making a response video and even going as far as remembering the commenter's name, XV123, and calling out the commenter. It clearly hit a nerve. You're triggered, you're bothered. And that's why you're responding publicly, let's be honest. And guys, I'm honestly not fooled by that smile that she's giving. She's embarrassed and it's painfully obvious. And what frustrates me the most is that he thinks he can just say all this, humiliate her online, and then just buy her some makeup and everything is just fine. And she's there going along with it. To her, just having a couple of makeups, it's enough. It's just pathetic. And then the fake comment at the end, babe, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Oh, please, just save it. Keep it to yourself because you've already embarrassed her online. That compliment doesn't undo what you've done. No one's buying it. And guys, his wife also made a response video. Take a listen.
I don't care, because if I was to lose her, I wouldn't care. You know, my life things wouldn't matter. I need her to know everything. There's no barrier. There's no secrets. My life things wouldn't matter. I need her to know everything. There's no barrier. There's no secrets. Here, take it. Have everything. But yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
So the internet has taken the time to have conversations and discussions about something that concerns me. So I thought, you know what, let me enter the chat and actually have a conversation about what's been going on. Now, let me just start by saying that this is exactly how people fail exams in life, because let's actually break down exactly what Ben said. Let's actually take it in for a second and discuss this. And I quote, he says, I don't care because if I was to lose her, I wouldn't care. My life wouldn't. Then he pauses and says, things wouldn't matter. I need her to know everything. There's no barrier. There's no secret. Take it. Have everything. Now let's really think about what that actually means for a second. Now, anyone that has any brain cells would understand that he's literally saying that he would rather I know everything, that he exposes every part of himself, because he knows that if he was to lose me, he would have lost everything. Nothing would matter, even to the point where, and he didn't finish the sentence, but he was literally going to say that where his life itself would not matter. What's even crazy, guys, because it really does get crazy if we really think about it. This guy has had a track record of literally defending me, because I've been dragged before. When I've been dragged on the internet, he has literally been there to defend me. Please, let's think about this. Let's be guided. Why would my husband go onto a podcast that was literally focused on how men could be better husbands to their wives and go on there in order for him to tell the whole world that he would not care if I left him? Now let's address this whole breath stinking thing. You know what is again so insane about this whole topic is that you guys, or I won't say all of you guys, some of you guys are embarrassed about something that I myself brought to the internet a year ago. In fact, let's take a look so you understand what I'm talking about.
We listen and we don't judge.
Do you remember that time in Waterloo Station when I told you that your breath stinks?
Yeah.
Nothing has changed since then.
I can't believe you said that. Does my breath stink right now?
Bruised. Let me see. Yeah, it does.
So let me even give you some context about this video. I'm the one that told Ben that I wanted to do this video. I'm the one that manages our TikTok. I'm the one that comes up with the concepts, the ideas. I edit, I chop, I do everything. I play everything back. I don't even ask for Ben's opinion. I'm the one that puts it together and I post it on the internet. Just last year, we laughed about the exact same thing. And not only that, I even doubled down and I even asked him, does my breath stink right now? And he said yes, and he laughed, and I still watched it. I laughed, I edited it, and I posted it up on the internet. Guys, how are you embarrassed about something that I myself exposed? One thing about me and Ben, we know exactly what we can and can't say on the internet. So if you ever hear something that is said out loud on the internet, please just know that we have both okayed it on each other's side. We have both either said it before or known that we're going to have the conversation and we've okayed it. And what's crazy to me is that on this big internet, people are talking about having orgies. They're talking about all sorts of crazy, insane things. But this is where we're drawing the line. About stinky breath. Guys, stinky breath, BO, wherever it is, it's life, it happens. Guys, if this is the most embarrassing thing that ever comes out about me on the internet, then do you know what? I thank God for it and I will take it. So for all the people that are so embarrassed by this, please guys, you don't need to be, because I exposed myself. I am not embarrassed, so you don't need to be. And for all the people that cussed out my husband and called him ugly, it's okay, he's my type of ugly. For all the people that cussed him out and said all these other things, it's okay, he's my type of person. And you know, it's really funny because 8 years ago he's the one that said that my breath stank, but he still married me though. But God bless you guys, we love you guys regardless, and thank you so much to the people that have bought my suits, the people that supported me in the last 12 or so hours, and also for the 2 million impressions that we've had, and also the increase of followers. So just thank you and God bless you, and I'm sure we'll see you again next time.
I've only got 2 points to make about her video, though I could say a lot more, but I'll explain why I'm not in a second. First, Nissi, you said you uploaded the first video about your breath in December 2024. You edited it, watched it, you uploaded it, and you were happy for it to go up on TikTok. Okay, that's fine, that was your choice. However, this second video where he talks about your bad breath was completely unprovoked. No one asked him. He didn't have to say that. It was on a podcast. There was no reason to bring it up. He just decided to speak about it publicly. That's deliberate embarrassment. But I know you said you're not embarrassed. The first video you shared wasn't enough. Apparently it has to be said again. And notice he never embarrassed himself. Only you. And somehow you seem to be okay about it. Well, that's your choice. Secondly, the reason I'm not going to waste my time responding to her video is this. As I said earlier, looking at Nissi, she comes across as a girl that's just happy to be picked. These are just women who are happy to be married no matter what their husband does. They back him 100%. Your standards may be low, but it works for you and you're content with that. You don't see anything wrong with it. That's cool. Guys, the purpose of this video isn't to tell Nissi what to do. It's really not. Many people in the comments have already said, leave her, she doesn't want to be saved, and I agree. She seems happy with her life. And some might say, what's it to you? Well, if you put out your business to the public, you don't private it just for friends and family, then we do have the right. They chose to share this video and commentary is inevitable. That said, my advice isn't for Nissi or her husband. They seem content in their setup. My message is for young women, single ladies, or anyone yet to be married. Please, sisters, marry a man who adores you, not a man who will belittle you or mock you. Marry a man who is not threatened by your success, who honors you, who applauds you, who projects you positively because he knows he has an understanding that the way he projects you is a reflection on himself and on you. You do not have to settle for a standard like this. There are marriages in which husbands are committed and genuinely in love with their spouse. Cheating is never acceptable. It should never be tolerated or excused. A vow is a vow till death do us part. This message is for both men and women. Do not marry someone who belittles you or makes you feel less than you are. You are the prize as a man or as a woman. You bring value to the table and no one is doing you a favor by marrying you. Stand confident in who you are so that your spouse will respect you. I hope you take 1 or 2 things away from this discussion. And if you've enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, guys. Bye.